Hey, is it time? Is it time to come back? December. It's freaking December. I can't believe it's been that long. But we're back now, right? It's time. It's time that we can do this again. Maybe we can do this with other people. I think there's a light switch in here somewhere. Hang on a second. That's better. It's been so long. I got nice and fuzzy now. I even grew a neck beard. I never had one of those before. Oh man. It's good to get through though, right? It took a while, but we got through the corona, the virus that sticks to everything. This was really a terrible run. I mean, this thing was really messing with the adults. It took a lot of people out, but it would stick to the kids, right? It would stick to the kids, but it wouldn't take them out. It was kind of like, it was like maple syrup. It was like letting your kid play with maple syrup, and they just get covered in it, and they get it all over their hands, and it's on their backpack, and it like just gets on everything they touch. And then other people come, and then they touch the thing, and they get the syrup on them, and they realize that they really don't like the syrup, so it really causes a problem. But the kid didn't know the difference, right? The kid is just spreading the syrup all over the place, no problem. And you got a bunch of adults running around that can't handle the syrup. So we got locked in our houses. That was crazy. Locked in our houses for 8-10 months. Who would have thought that ever would happen? But it did. And if you went into your house and you had syrup all over you, you got the syrup all over your house. And you got everything is sticky, so you're running around your house cleaning everything because you're worried there might be syrup on it. It's really a terrible predicament. You finally get your house clean, and then you'd realize you can't go to the store, and you can't just go get the things you would normally get. So you start ordering stuff. You're ordering stuff on the internet, and then the stuff shows up, but the stuff comes in a box. Like Amazon is shipping you a box, and you're worried that Amazon, the driver, might have had syrup all over him. So you pick up the box all careful, like with just like your fingers, and then you carry the box into the area of the house that you're okay with getting a little bit of syrup on. And then you open a box, and you take the box out of the inside, and then you go wash your hands because you don't want to have any syrup. And then you go and you open the next box, and then you're worried that there might be syrup on that box, so you go wash your hands again. And then finally you get to the inside, and you take out that fleshlight or that vibrator, because you know that's what you're ordering. Especially for those of you that are home, that were home by yourselves, the single people, the people that needed to go to the bar to get that hookup, to do the was it Grindr, or I don't even know the name of the other one, the main one, Tinder. There's no Tinder during coronavirus. How did that work? I'm a married guy, so that's not something I had to worry about. But there were people that for sure like operate on Tinder, on Grindr, on whatever the other ones are, on the regular, and they couldn't do that for this whole thing. There's no way. For sure they're ordering appliances. They had to. Rom-coms and porn and your imagination are only going to get you so far. For sure you needed to get apparatus. And it's cool. That's why it's made. I mean, that's why that stuff exists. There's nothing wrong with it. You just got to make sure, you have to make sure there wasn't any syrup on it. Because then if there was syrup on it, and now you got syrup, and you're gonna get the thing. And you don't want that, and you don't want an injury, so you don't get too crazy. You don't want to start like doing something you never did before, something that might induce injury, because then you could end up getting sent to the hospital. And if you got to go to the hospital, there's syrup all over the hospital. So you didn't want to go to the hospital. And then like, what was it, by like August, you couldn't get into the hospital anyway. And it wasn't because the hospitals were overcrowded. No. Like the majority of us did a really great job with social distance, and the sports events were closed down, and comedy shows were shut down, and we did all right with the flattening the curve. But we ordered all these ventilators, and they never fit in the hospital. There's like 30,000, 40,000 ventilators going to a place. So they just lined them up in a parking lot, and they used them for parking barriers. Remember? They were like traffic cones, but they were ventilators. It was really strange. It's a really strange time that we just went through. I mean, it was crazy. Remember when it first started, and all the toilet paper vanished. It just went away. There was no toilet paper. Who was freaking out over toilet paper immediately? That didn't make any sense to me. Who doesn't? Okay, I get it. If you're going to tell me there's never going to be toilet paper again, I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned. But if you go a week where there's no toilet paper in the store, I'm okay with that, because I always have at least a week worth of toilet paper in the house. How much toilet paper is a week worth of toilet paper? A week worth of toilet paper is like a roll. How much do you shit? I shit a lot, and I don't need more than a roll for a week. Maybe two. But there's people that freaked out after the toilet paper was gone for a week, which means they didn't have a week worth of toilet paper in their house. Who the hell is buying a single roll of toilet paper? Now I understand there's people in different situations. There's people they have different financial circumstances. But there's no way they're buying those goofy single rolls of toilet paper with the crinkle paper all over the outside of them. That's insane. Because you buy two of those, you could buy a 6-pack for the same price. So you got to be buying the 6-pack. And you always got to have an extra roll of toilet paper under the sink if you have a guest and they end up finishing the toilet paper, or even if you do, you want to be able to reach for that second roll. That's how it's got to be. So who the hell was losing their mind after 5 days of no toilet paper in a store? That doesn't make any sense to me. People were making toilet paper cakes. Did you see this? Toilet paper cakes. The outside was vanilla, and then the inside had a chocolate cylinder. It's ridiculous. But we made it. We made it through. And it's good. I mean, hard times bring people together. So it worked out. I mean, some real terrible stuff happened, but this is going to give those of us that made it perspective, and maybe we'll appreciate what we have a little bit more. I mean, I remember after 9/11 when things sort of calmed down and got back to the way they were. You never forgot what happened, but eventually things became normal again. They're not going to get normal again for us. In this situation, we're wearing masks all the time. That's a thing now. We're wearing masks whenever we leave the house. We're interacting with masks. We're talking to each other and we're not able to see each other's lips move. That's really weird. Everything is being done with their eyes. Like, you can see eyebrows move, you can see eyes expression, but you can't see their mouth. They're really good for people with jacked up teeth. I guess that's cool. Masks are a bonus. All of you that have just wrecked grills have an advantage now, as long as you don't take the mask off. Or at least you probably should warn, if you're like meeting somebody or whatever, like, hey, by the way, when I take this off, just a mess. People that have braces that get embarrassed by them, it's not as visible. That's cool. It's all good. It's all good. Not going to be able to see people smile anymore. That's a little strange. I wonder if we can scent those things. If we can put like a fabric, like those what are those, dryer sheets? If you could put a dryer sheet in your face mask, and if you're somebody with halitosis, you could just exhale through the dryer sheet. That's got to be pretty cool. I don't know what smokers are doing. That's got to be a pain in the ass. Are they going to make a special mask with like a little thing that opens so that you can get your cigarette in there? Or maybe just quit. Maybe just quit smoking. I quit smoking like 20 years ago. It's a good thing. It's definitely not a loss to stop doing that. No, it's all good. The world's different now, but we'll make it work. And we'll get back to doing live shows and sporting events. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be all right. So I'm glad we made it. To all of you, happy December. I hope we have a great Christmas. I'm looking forward to seeing the Santa Claus and Rudolph the reindeer with COVID masks on their face. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really interesting. But thanks for joining. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.